Bye!
That's all, my dude. I give up.
Damn.
Okay.
Wow.
Are we unmuted?
Yeah, we're not muted anymore, which is good. We should have been muted for that entire. We were rubbing each other down with baby oil, me and Reese. That's how we do the slip and slide after stream.
We've got a corridor and we can just...
Yes. Yeah, we slip and slide down the hallway right there, straight into the wall.
We set up like graphics card boxes
and
just like see if we can knock them down.
Yes.
It's a nightmare to clean up.
That's why we don't. We just leave it there. No, we did not go back to see the launch. Unfortunately, the weekends are not times that I can get away. So
yeah, it was unfortunate.
I saw it online.
Same.
Yeah.
I tried, like, I made sure to like find out which direction the launch site was in.
It would have been really hard to see.
And like, it was raining here and super overcast. So I was like, okay, screw that. I'm going back to look at the live stream.
Yeah. Which honestly, we would have had to look at the live stream to see the initial takeoff anyways.
Yeah.
So like, it's almost the same. Maybe the next one. Hopefully there should be a lot more. Hopefully
this is the start of something now where it's like a regular thing that they can send up from America. So
you want a party invite for the baby oiled slip and slide party? No, this is an exclusive me and Reese bonding moment. Nobody else is allowed.
We need a bungee cord that we can like pull and then slingshot.
I saw something on Reddit this weekend where it was a dude who had a slingshot with a machete on it because the slingshot was huge. Why? Because why not?
That sounds
machete slingshot.
Gloriously dangerous.
Exactly.
The landing on the ship was awesome too. I was so sad that the feed went down.
It was hilarious, and it's just like, oh, there it is. But they uploaded the video footage of it already, so you can see it actually landing. It's cool. It's good stuff.
Very, very cool.
How was everybody's weekend? Callan, what'd you do this weekend?
Played Persona. And I cleaned.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Reese, what'd you do this weekend?
I got stuck into mixing again. I found where I was like storing my stems for that Dance Gavin Dance song.
DRZ with the 8 months. Ooh. Thank you for the tier 1. Hi, how are you? DRZ, how you doing, friend? We're doing well. How is it? How it be? Yes, sorry?
So I was just basically stuck with my headphones on the entire weekend.
Which DGD song?
Young Robot.
Okay, nice. Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
There's no Patreon tier that can get involved in mine and Reese's relationship. It is priceless. So therefore, you cannot pay enough to come between us.
$500.
Heck.
$500 is $500.
If you want a slip and slide invite, come on.
I have a special sled that I use to get to the other side of the slip and slide so I can leave the house.
Yes, it's faster. It's faster that way. Try to walk on baby oil floor. It doesn't work.
No.
It's hardwood floor too. It's not even on carpet.
So it's like actual slippery.
Imagine if we tried to baby oil on carpet. That'd be wicked.
That would stank and...
Carpet burn.
Jeez.
Not when it's slippery. I will say, speaking of burns caused by fabrics, since I started putting Vaseline on the nips, running has been lekker.
I knew where this was going.
What is happening with the stream? It's going funky.
I turned the stream deck on.
Thanks, Elgato. Reese, who are you shilling for? Slobs?
Shilling slobs? All the time.
That sounds gross. Oh, right. Oh,
it's the Streamlab.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, you don't have to use OBS if you're part of Streamlabs. Yeah. Sonamoose has been playing Mech Warrior 5, and it's the best mech game he's played in ages. Did that recently come out? By which I mean it's pretty okay, but not great. There hasn't been an excellent mech game in years.
I can't think of a good mech game.
Titanfall 2? But that's, I mean, it's years.
It's years at this point.
Yeah. Is Titanfall 2 technically a mech game?
I suppose so.
There's mechs involved. So.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name. There was a like robot-based arcade fighter years back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you can like mix and match and customize your mech, and I cannot remember the name of that. That was heckin' fun.
Mm.
Do you remember Megas XLR on Cartoon Network?
Yes.
What? What show?
Megas XLR.
I don't know that.
Let me find you a picture, and then you might remember it.
Okay, sounds good. Good morning, Dalek. How you doing, friend? Disintegration by co-founder of Bungie. Apparently other people know Catelyn's youth is showing. Yeah, she's definitely of another generation.
I don't belong in either generation.
No, you're definitely like in the one that I... It's just like, yeah, you're too young for everything. I'll let you go.
Do you remember that show at all?
No, never
Really?
seen that ever.
They like their car is like the head of the mech.
That just looks like a bad Transformers knockoff.
No, it's a mech show.
Maybe you're a boomer because Dries seems to get most of my references.
Yeah, it's because he's stunted emotionally.
Chicks dig giant robots. That was the theme song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my. Wow. Twitch Prime sub from Momster. 3 months in a row. A bit more fuel for the sub. Thank you so much. The sub has a party hat on. And you got the Super Saiyan Goku. So our sub is no longer on fire like it was.
It's no longer Mayday.
Yes, it's no longer Mayday. Now it's a party sub.
Man, I want to go on a party sub.
Honestly, party sub sounds way cooler than a party bus.
Aren't you claustrophobic?
No.
Hash Bash with the tier 1 sub. Woo! And a hype train to start it off. Sonamu's gifting a tier 1 sub. All right, Catelyn.
Whoa.
Lead us into the train. Let's forget it comes from that angle. Or that side, rather. Subbies Pog. Choo-choo, what's up? Hype train. We need a hype train emote, Reese.
Yes.
100 biddies from Pavaroso. Can Catelyn do a sub sandwich next month? It's July. We'll think of the theme like the day before we need to make it live, which is basically what happened with this. We needed a new theme for June, and that's what we came up with. 100 biddies from Arisgard. Thank you, friend. All right, well, let's get into the existential question of the day. Ready for that, Catelyn? Can we get
Yes.
without lagging?
Yeah,
maybe it's not up to you. I understand, but hey.
The prophecy is true.
Dream Crusher with the Twitch Prime sub. You have lifted my dreams. You've crushed nothing, sir. Beautiful, beautiful person. Okay, existential question of the day. Are arms for your chair just chairs for your arms?
Yeah.
Catelyn looked at me like she hated the question and then realized it made sense.
It's one of those that just like...
I guess.
I guess!
Like, you get that knee-jerk reaction initially, and then you're just like, huh.
GP Turismo, 100 biddies. Twitch Prime sub from BB Oliver. Thank you, friend. GP Turismo, another 100 biddies.
Oh, damn.
So much hype train going on.
That's a lot of hype going on right there.
Do arms have butts? No, they have weenai.
They totally have butts. You can do like an arm fart. Armpit fart.
I can do an armpit fart, but not a...
That's totally a... Wow.
That doesn't mean it has a butt just because it can make flapping noises.
That is totally a...
I mean, if you
fold it all the way,
that,
yeah,
and then you took a
now
picture of
turn
like
sideways.
that, just like
totally
super cropped in.
That's totally a butt.
Okay, I guess.
That's a butt.
And when they get your body fluid, it comes from here. So it's like it excretes a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, the butt and then the weenus. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. Armrests or chairs for arms? I think chairs, yeah. Except for, in this analogy, you're sitting on your weenus, which is a little worse. But it's like you turn a chair around, kind of. Right?
I like that. And we're using the wrong armchairs. The butt goes down.
Yeah. We have to put our arms like this.
Imagine.
That would be terrible. Twitch Prime sub from Zamblot. Why are you angry, friend? You're beautiful. Why be so angry? Catelyn?
Imagine if your elbow didn't lock and it just kept on bending the other way.
I could slap my shoulder.
Mm.
I can almost.
Actually, just think about it. You know how useful that would be if your arm could just like turn around properly.
Slap so many people behind me.
I'm just thinking like that itch you get on your back and just like get it so easy.
I can reach every area of my back.
Yeah, but you're long arms McGee, so
I can touch everywhere.
No, you can't.
Which part of my...
There's totally like blind spots that you can't reach.
I can reach every part of my back with both hands. I just have to... I have
depending
to vary
on
it.
which hand
Yeah.
you use. Or Ottoman's foot chairs?
Yeah. That one's pretty nominal. Why would you suggest such a boring statement?
Fair.
I love how arms for your chairs and chairs for your arms devolved into arm butts in Weenai.
Very quickly, I will say.
Very quickly, we went into arms excreting fluid. It's a Monday. I think if we're going to start off on a Monday, that's just the best place to go to. Your arms defecating everywhere.
Of course.
Butts are always funny. I'm 5.
You touched the butt.
You know, body odor is just the germs that eat the sweat on your skin and then they fart, and then the fart is this body odor.
Beautiful. Please tell me more.
So, people who smell worse, do they have worse?
No, they just have a lot more sweat and a lot more bacteria eating the sweat, and
They're
that
better
are farting
hosts.
out a lot more.
I mean, do their bacteria fart more, or is it just volume? They just have more area for farting. You're not late. We're talking about body odor apparently right now. That's the direction.
The existential question devolved.
They have louder bacteria. You can make cheese and beer from the yeast found in belly buttons. Sounds about right. That's basically my view of beer and cheese anyways. So, disgusting!
I can't begin to say
Do you have a disgusting
how done I am.
soundboard?
Do you see if I...
100 pennies for bad sale!
I'm so scared to
Oh, is it going to break the stream?
crash the stream. The
Yeah, don't do it.
soundboards are fine,
Okay.
probably.
Don't break the stream, Captain. We don't want to break the stream.
No break. Only
Okay.
go.
Arm is excreting fluid. So much money saved on lotion and moisture. I just take my sweat and I rub it everywhere. That's why I don't have dry skin.
You'll need to stop.
Cheese is the best.
Cheese is a kind of meat.
Tasty yellow beef.
Oh, good. Wait, how does it
Shut
go?
up.
Do you want to do the line? Or are you telling
No.
him to stop so that you can go ahead? I milked it from my teat, is how the next line goes. But I tried to be discreet.
Oh, cheese.
Cheese. Smell from farts are actually microscopic pieces of poop mixed with methane and other gases. It's delicious. Hype train's over. Thank you, everybody.
Hype train.
Level 2. Good way to start a Monday.
Time to leave.
It was time for Thomas to leave.
Goodbye, Thomas.
He had seen everything.
Tonka. You guys watched the Dragon launch? Who didn't? Yes, we did.
The live stream of it.
So many people watched it. So, now let's get into the news. I think it's time. I think we've done a lot of dilly dally shilly shally.
Dilly dally shilly shally. Okay, everything's taking longer if I don't use the stream deck.
Gives me time to contemplate my existence. Owie wowie! Hot fire, hot news.
It's hot.
Spam the hot news emote if you could, friends. Just so I know that you are ready for hot news. No news Monday? Friend, plenty of news today. Plenty.
Lots came out over the weekend.
Tons. Heckin' lots.
All the news.
Ah, that's a whose thick rear is that?
I'm trying to see.
Rocket Two Butts. I don't know what emote that is. Nice, DRZ. You winged hot news.
I like that.
But you need to give it one wing. So that's the one wing hot news.
The what?
Caitlin got it. She was not happy that she got it. Let's talk about it. Reese, are you ready for the next gen of consoles? Don't switch over until I give you an indication, please, Caitlin.
Hopefully.
Okay? You ready? Okay. We got Microsoft and we got Sony, right? Are you ready for Sega to get involved? You have! But let me give you the specs of the Sega console. You ready? Okay? 8 cores, 16 threads, Zen 2.
Okay.
Okay? 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Okay? GDDR6, right? Okay? 1 terabyte NVMe drive.
I'm liking this.
Okay? Faster than the PlayStation 5 12 teraflop GPU. You like that?
Okay.
Okay? This is Sega's next-gen console.
Give me more.
You want more? Catelyn, go ahead and switch over because what we're looking to get is the Xbox Series X.
That's not real, is it?
So this is coming out because Sega is having their 60th anniversary party on June 3rd, and there is a large rumor floating around that they are going to be announcing a partnership with Microsoft to sell the Series X in Japan.
Oh, lordy.
So, I personally prefer not the new Sega Series X. I prefer the Xbox Series.
Xbox. Now we can actually call it a Xbox.
Or maybe don't spell it like that. You say Xbox, but it's S-E-G Xbox. Xbox.
Xbox?
Yes, if you slow it down, but if you say it fast, Xbox.
It doesn't matter how you spell it, everyone's just gonna call it the Xbox.
There we go. The reason that they're doing this is because Microsoft sells like trash in Japan.
Absolute bum candy,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes. So Sony, Nintendo have had an absolute stranglehold on the entire console industry in Japan. And since Sega has a huge brand name in Japan, they thought, hey, why don't we just merge them together? And now it's Sega plus Microsoft launching the Xbox.
This is actually great for both companies. Dang. Like, Sega gets a new console and Xbox actually gets a foothold in Japan, which they've never been able to do.
I think this will be meaningless.
Oh no, I think this could be huge for...
I think this will be an absolute failure and tarnish the brand of Sega.
So then what games will it play? Will it
all of the Xbox Series X games.
Okay.
Yeah. And everything will just be branded Sega instead of Microsoft.
Are there any Sega games releasing with the new Xbox?
I have no idea.
Like, I'm seeing this as a way for Sega to not die right now, and this is a way for Microsoft to actually get an actual foothold while letting Sega die on the way.
I think Microsoft will gain no foothold. It won't matter, and that this will just go down as like oh yeah, I guess I should buy the Sega edition because this will be limited edition in like
I was
20
thinking
years.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Is Sega dying?
No, Sega's actually doing pretty okay, especially in Japan.
Okay,
my thing is that I don't think they're going to sell hardware. Like it doesn't translate. Sega has been absolutely terrible at hardware. Microsoft has a terrible track record of being in Japan. Why do them coming together make better sales?
Because the Sega brand name is huge in Japan.
Not when it was hardware. Didn't save the Dreamcast.
Imagine a special edition Sonic Xbox.
I can, which is why we should go to Japan and buy the special editions so that in 30 years, when everybody has used all of them, we have the limited Sega, basically like the Nintendo PlayStation. It's like a one of a kind. Kind of, yeah.
I mean, like, if I had to get an Xbox Series X, I'd try and get a Sega version.
Yes. I'm just moving the table. It's bothering me. Let's be straight. The Dreamcast is a very underrated system for its time. Doesn't matter. It failed.
Commercially.
Failed. Doesn't matter. It's dead. Shh.
Buy and never open it for 30 years?
Exactly. That's the idea. You make
It's an
tons of money.
investment.
Yeah. That's the idea.
Collectors always spend stupid money on stupid things.
Mm-hmm. Well, just so we're very clear, this is a rumor at this point. However, there is indication that Sega and Microsoft are partnering on some huge announcements. It's just that a lot of people see, there's nothing in the article. I'm just kind of browsing right now, so you can switch off, Kat. The expectation is that this is what's going to happen. They are going to fuse together to make something that probably would sell just as well as if they never partnered together.
This is probably the weirdest licensing deal I've seen go down in a long time.
It'll also make game copies kind of cool. If they're blue instead of green and they have the Sega logo on it, I would enjoy that. Yeah. Tokyo 2001. Today at the 2001 Tokyo Game Show, Microsoft and Sega announced a long-term strategic alliance to bring future versions of Sega's greatest games to Microsoft's future generation Xbox. That's meaningless.
That did save the whole, going strictly software, saved Sega as a business.
Yes. But
they did partnerships with Microsoft and then branched out to Nintendo and everything else again once they could actually freaking afford to pay everyone.
Yeah. But that means nothing now that they partnered together in 2001 to make games, because Sonic is on every platform now.
Yeah.
Like you can get it on the Switch. So, yeah, I think they're also behind another game that I played recently. I can't remember what it is.
I can't think of anything Sega's really done recently.
And I was shocked to see their name on it.
I feel like Sega is one of those brands that, when you actually Google what games they've been involved with, you're just like, oh.
They've done a lot of stuff.
All right, I'm gonna look this up.
Do it.
Because I can't remember Yakuza. No, I haven't played Yakuza. List of Sega games. Here we go. No, I don't care. List of Sega. I don't know. Sega video game franchises. Here we go. All right. Latest release. It's not Yakuza, not Shenmue. Jeez.
Bayonetta.
But that's intriguing. I didn't realize they were a part of Bayonetta.
Same.
Jet Set Radio. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm. What?
I'm seeing a lot of games that I didn't think they were even involved with here, though.
Yeah. Echo the Dolphin.
Whoa!
That's a throwback. Acquired.
Persona.
That was it. Yes, they're behind Persona.
They are?
A little bit. Yeah, they acquired somehow.
The heck?
Do they own Atlas? Is that what's going on? They're a subsidiary of Sega. That's it. That's exactly it. Aha!
That's actually surprising.
I want Sega to stay alive, and damn it, if they go exclusive on the Xbox, I'll be sad. I want them on the Switch.
Persona 6 Xbox exclusive.
I'll buy an Xbox for that. They'll get me. They'll get me easily. They need to make it for the Switch, though. That's what I really want. Sad.
I don't see why it can't be on the Switch.
Because Atlas is buttholes. That's basically
that's what it boils down to.
Hey, we're coming out with a new remaster. Oh my gosh, is it going to be Persona 4 for the Switch? Oh, well, it's going to be on the Switch. What is it? It's Catherine. Wow, thanks, Atlas. Hey, guess what? Persona 5 is coming to the Switch. Did you know that? Persona 5S. Persona 5 Scramble. Give me the base game.
They're not going to do it.
Getting outraged for nothing. Excuse me. Sorry. This is my Quibi mode got activated.
You just have a Switch?
Yeah. I do want Persona 5 Scramble. I absolutely want Persona 5 Scramble. But they haven't confirmed a Western release. So maybe that's because they were focusing on Royal and they had to wait until that sold well. But I don't know. Atlas is just... They're weird when it comes to Western stuff and what the audience actually wants. They're just like, should we do this? And everybody's just like, yes! Why would you even ask us? Just do it! We'll buy it! What's Persona 5 Scramble? It's basically what's the genre that like Hyrule Warriors is?
Dynasty Warriors vibes, like just that open
Hack and slash type game.
Yeah, but like hack and slash against 1,000,001 enemies.
Yeah, and that's basically Persona version of that, and it continues the story of Persona 5.
Mass hack and slash.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, that's what I want, and who knows if we'll ever get it. And I'm not going to learn Japanese, unfortunately. I just don't have the time. So, fan translation, I just wouldn't play it. I'll look up the story on Wikipedia. But you know what I looked up on Wikipedia?
What?
Whether or not PC is better than consoles. You know what it said? Not only yes, but hell yes.
Hell yeah.
And we have the latest evidence of that. Don't switch just yet. We have the latest evidence that PC is better than console. You know why? I'll tell you why. You want to know why?
I want to know why.
I'll tell you why. It's because in the gameplay trailer for an Xbox Series X game, Scorn, which we all saw and thought was beautiful, right? Looks pretty good, hey?
Like, it's freaking cool.
For that thing.
Yeah, this game. Guess what? This is Xbox Series X gameplay. Do you know what it's running on? A PC. It's running on a 2080 Ti. It's not even running on AMD hardware like it's supposed to.
Roll credits.
The developer came out and said that it's running on the 2080 Ti because they don't have a Series X that they could have played it on. Amazing. Okay, so to be fair, be a little fair to play both sides, right? What is that called? Abdicating. To be fair, okay? A 2080 Ti costs $1,200 by itself. The Series X will not cost that much. So if they're saying that a 2080 Ti level gameplay is indicative of the Series X experience, I can allow for that.
This one hurts me so much.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah. So the game is set to target 4K 60 FPS on high graphical fidelity with the Series X, but a 2070 Super with a mixture of settings is adequate to run the game at 4K 60 on the PC. So it was a 2080 Ti with Ryzen, and that's how they came out with Series X gameplay.
I don't like that.
It's hilarious.
It
Great
is.
stuff.
It's like hands down one of the funniest stories, especially that it was presented as Xbox.
It was all part
gameplay.
of like the Inside Xbox event. Like,
here's Xbox, but PC.
yes, it's essentially the same thing. It's essentially the same thing. Which, like, what was it? The Cyberpunk demo that happened at E3 like 2 years ago. It was running on dual 1080 Ti's, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they needed the best at the time. Totally fine. But they never pitched it as being like a console exclusive. Here's your first look at in-engine Xbox Series X gameplay. 2080 Ti.
Is it really though?
Sony's had dev kits out since June 2019, and more developers are coming out saying that they don't have the Series X dev kits. Not a good sign. Well, at least according to what Microsoft is officially putting out, you don't need it because if you develop for the Xbox One, it'll work on the Series X. Everything's cross-compatible, so why do you need the new one?
You just scale it up.
Yeah, duh.
This is so dumb. I need water. I can't handle these people.
Well, we're going to need a lot of milk for Thursday, which actually I need to ask you and Catlin. Are you guys cool to stay for the Sony stream? It starts at 4 p.m. on Thursday, so we might run late that day.
Okay.
But I'll get us dinner. Okay, so Sony confirming that there is going to be a PlayStation 5 event on June 4th, Thursday at 1 p.m. Obviously, we talked about this last week when it officially got announced. So we're expecting maybe the console will be revealed. Maybe we'll get some price. But hopefully we get a lot of good information. Definitely games. That's supposed to be the big thing, which we can talk about the fact that third-party devs are fawning over the PS5 and that they're not saying the same thing about the Series X. So that's the Jeff Grubb coming out and saying that third-party game developers are just basically like, the PS5 is better. It is just it's just
They're just shills they don't want to accept.
Oh, they probably only develop for PlayStation, don't they?
Oh.
No, they've been a third party for 25 years. But he's saying that the devs mean it in a relative way. They're saying, all things being equal, this is the best architected console they've ever seen. Does that make sense? Like beyond the normal advancements you would expect.
So, like, the system as a whole, they're saying it's just like, damn, this thing's really amazing.
Yes.
For what you want in a console,
Yes.
which doesn't necessarily mean raw specs, fastest thing.
Power!
Yes, it's also about optimization, workflow paths. How you develop for it is better, supposedly. Jetstream Bill saying, if they call it Sexbox, it might make it very successful in Japan. I made that joke in Hot News. I cut it out, just so we're... I was like, I'm not using that as a transition.
Yeah, I think I gave you a look.
Yeah, I was like, not doing that. Probably they can't say anything about this Xbox Series X since they're building on Ryzen 2080 Ti machines.
I wonder how parents will react when the kid comes to them and asks for a sex box.
Probably not great. Probably.
You what?
For me, if my kid said that, I'd be like, okay, what are you talking about?
Clarify.
I need details. Yeah, Dad, the Segs box. You saw it said Sex box, and I'll look and be like, oh, the Sega Xbox. Right. Okay, we don't need to have this conversation yet. You're just simply parroting.
Sexbox.
Aren't PC games and Xbox Series X supposed to be interchangeable like code once and be done? Not exactly. Yeah, there is still porting that goes in it, so
As far as I can see, the porting is just getting easier and easier every generation.
Yes.
They're like trying to cater for developers being able to easily port their stuff.
Right. Correct. Can't wait to insert my disc into the sex box. Okay, you had a joke there. You lost it. You can't wait to insert your D into the sex box. My disc. Your what? My disc.
The D.
D drive.
I hope the sex box has multiple. Okay, see, no, that's too far, okay? You have to have that balance of not being explicit. Penetration port is too
You
far.
could have left it at ports.
Yeah, I hope my sex box has a lot of I/O. Come on. Like, you gotta play on words. Don't just be
Your
penetration.
compact disc.
Yes.
Do you want your sex box to be voice activated?
I'm pretty sure they don't take floppy disks, though.
Hey Cortana, how you doing?
That gives a whole new meaning to the immersion in the next Halo game. Do you ever see Sony and Microsoft making upgradable consoles? Sony has the most upgradable console. You can swap out the hard drive very easily, mind you. But no, just buy a new one. That would defeat the point. Okay, well, let's continue on the PlayStation 5.
You don't want to talk about how to turn on your sex box?
I assume there's a button.
Hate all of this.
If you want to keep making jokes, we can keep going, but I'm out, so...
My new thing is actively trying to devolve the stream.
Ah, yes, enslaved cringe.
Oh.
That's how I'm feeling right now. Let's move on. PlayStation 5 is going to be guaranteed compatible to any PlayStation 4 title that is released after July 13th.
Yeah.
So if you're releasing a PS4 game after July 13th, it has to work on the PS5.
Yeah, anything registered from that date onwards has to be both.
It's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. And this is the clear disparity between Sony and Microsoft's approach to game support. Sony's like, don't worry, we baked it into the console. You don't have to do nothing.
We got
it's
you,
about
fam.
us. We did the hard work. Sony's just like, you want game? Buy new game. Why do you want both? Well, you had PlayStation, new PlayStation.
Essentially.
Get new PlayStation. Saying in an interview, you don't have to switch back over. There was a specific quote that I'm looking for. We have always said that we believe in generations. Yes.
PS3 determined that was a lie.
There wasn't a lot that was... No, they have. So you had PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 could play PlayStation 1 games, right? On the hardware level. PlayStation 3 could do it on a hardware level at first, and then they're like, screw that, we believe in generations now, okay? Generations are separate! Get your hand out of my hand. Anyways, that's also to go in line with the fact that Sony is saying that they are going to have exclusive PlayStation 5 games. You can show that. They plan to create PS5 exclusive games, which...
So you have to register for both, but then if you're developing only like a PS5 game now, that's okay. And
yes, I'm okay with this.
I'm fine with this, especially like I keep using this as a example because I played it for so dang long. But like Destiny, they try to keep the game scaled down for compatibility on older generations, and eventually at one expansion they were just like, sorry fam, this is the cutoff point. We need to actually drop the PS3 and Xbox 360 if you want to push the actual game further.
Yeah, like, so Horizon Zero Dawn 2, let's say that's a launch title with the PlayStation 5, but Guerrilla Games has had the dev kit so long that they've worked in all of the new optimizations for the PS5. It takes advantage of everything the PS5 has to offer, but the PS4 doesn't have anything near that. So they have to launch a PS5 exclusive. I'm okay with that.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
If they're just like, our games are too freaking good to run on your garbage console, PlayStation 4 Pro, I'm okay with that.
Like, I hate seeing them have to scale down the games as a whole to like try and hold over generationally when they could have just pushed it so much more by keeping it an exclusive on the newer gen.
And then it just incentivizes people to pick up theirs. That's been Sony's game this entire time.
Yeah.
Single player, first party titles that sell the consoles. And they've been crushing it with that. Why change it? Why change it? And even differentiate from your previous console. Just be like, oh, PlayStation 4 Pro, you are basically an Xbox to us now.
I will say though, if they come out, like if Guerrilla Games comes out with another Killzone as their launch title for PlayStation, I'm going to be so disappointed.
I'm okay with that.
Killzones were just okay. They were never great.
Hey, if it's a game that I won't play it, it's an FPS game, right? It's not my thing, so I won't play it, but whatever. I'll just wait. I'll wait for the next HZD. It's cool. I'll be okay with that. I'm okay with PS5 exclusives, especially on launch. Because that would be a good way to just be like, look at what we have. Why would you buy the Series X? It's the same thing you got on your One X. You get nothing new with your new Xbox. On the PlayStation 5, you get a new realm of game.
Yeah.
Guess what? Your Xbox Series X game, that can be played on a 2080 Ti and a Ryzen chip. You've played that on PC a million times. We bring something brand new.
I go to console for the exclusives. It's just
exactly
that's what it is.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many good games that I've played like that stick in my memory as amazing games years after the fact that have just been console exclusives.
Mm-hmm. Callan, do you have anything to chime in on this?
Agree with Reese.
Okay.
Like I don't play multiplayer games. The only like majority of co-op games I've played has been on PC, and that's kind of it because co-op and multiplayer on console sucks. Honestly, with all the subscriptions and stuff you got to pay. But exclusives have been
like
worth it.
Those exclusive single player story driven games just dang.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a game that's not exclusive.
I can't think of a PC game, like a story driven PC game that I've played in recent years that has had as much impact as one I've played that was a console exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, The Witcher, obviously, but that's not an exclusive in any right.
Yeah.
That was like a single player story-driven game that I love that I played on PC first and then subsequently bought for the PlayStation 4 and I'm now contemplating getting for the Switch. I just want them to have more money
Essentially,
to do new things.
That's why I didn't even bat an eyelid when I bought it again on Switch.
Yeah, The Witcher 1 and 2 don't count in the conversation simply because they are not the worldwide phenomenon that 3 was. So while those are for you, It's not a typical everybody agrees with that. So many people have played 3 that haven't played 1 and 2.
Me. Metro Exodus doesn't count.
Yeah, it wasn't an exclusive at all. No, but you're right. What console? There's tons of console exclusives that are single player, but I can't think of one that was on PC.
Yeah, I'm just struggling.
Reese does have a nice shirt on. It's very plain. He rocks it with like the no branding shirts. My favorite hat that he ever had was just a hat, which is that one's similar, but it's a darker color.
Yeah, this is more charcoal.
Yeah, I really like that like gray one.
I've still got that. I wear it sometimes.
It's worn out though. It has like the faded. Yeah, I called it your Captain America hat. Yeah, and I'm gonna call maybe on this next rumor. Silent Hill getting unveiled on Thursday with the PlayStation 5 event. Supposedly, according to this, it's going to be made by the same creators of Until Dawn. Supposedly. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt. Still just a rumor right now. And then also Resident Evil 8 will be launched or announced later because it won't be a launch title. Yes.
I have very mixed feelings on this. I enjoyed Until Dawn as a story experience with like consequences and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would translate to a Silent Hill game.
I like the mechanic. I absolutely hated Until Dawn. Like, every character is so unlikable. I wanted all of them to die as soon as I met them.
Wow.
I watched the whole cutscene start to finish. Like, it was a cool horror story concept, but it's those typical teenagers I wanted them all to die. I hated them all so much. But the gameplay, I love decision-based gameplay.
Especially with
Silent Hill, yeah?
Especially with like heavy consequences that change up the entire experience of the game.
Well, yeah, and Silent Hill was always about puzzles. So if you can somehow combine the puzzles with, choices that have high consequence that affect the story outcome, it could be really cool.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if this is legit, I'm going to play this and I'm going to enjoy it. But I can see outrage coming from like Silent Hill fanboys. They're just like, my Silent Hill.
Well, Silent Hill is supposed to be a PS5 exclusive, and Resident Evil 8, if it walks in the footsteps of 7, would be a timed exclusive on PlayStation. And what I would love is if it is the first new PSVR game.
I was going to bring that up. Like, if they drop a new
that would
PSVR,
be phenomenal. Like PSVR 2,
yes.
Resident Evil 8 is the launch title for PSVR 2.
That would be like a huge selling point to actually get PSVR.
Yes. People want you to play Witcher 3. She is busy finalizing Persona, and then after that, she has to get to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah,
Persona
Witcher
too
3
long.
is like far down on my list of priorities.
What is after Final Fantasy, though? I think it should be The Witcher.
Probably, but by then, something cool is going to be out on PS5.
No, you have time right now. We're still in like half lockdown, so you're good. Finish Final Fantasy VII, get to Witcher, and then you'll be ready for Cyberpunk.
It'll be forever away. You didn't tell me Persona 5 was going to be 300 hours long.
I told you it was at least 120.
I'm at 120!
And I told you they added new content!
Oh my word.
I didn't play the new one yet! Chill.
A long game.
It is a long game. PSVR is not amazing. I hate PSVR so much. I hate it. The resolution is bad. The not the latency. The refresh rate's not. It's not good.
I was like so considering buying one when they like had those specials, and then I tried one out at Rage that one year, and I was just like, I'm not wasting my money on this.
PSVR is bad.
I think a next gen PSVR driven by the PlayStation 5 with better refresh rates, high resolution,
absolutely, 100%.
that would work. I feel like that was his downfall. It didn't quite hit the mark.
It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. You know what else doesn't hit the mark? This great segue. I went blind. I didn't remember what the next article was. I just was like, that's the perfect point. I'm going to see if it works. And what was my segue? You know what doesn't work?
Hitting the mark.
What doesn't hit the mark? Yes, the Atari VCS has missed the mark a lot. And apparently, according to Atari, it's going to ship its first 500 units this month, mid-June, which leaves the other 11,000 people who ordered it still waiting. Why would anybody buy a retro emulator for this much money? It's hundreds of dollars, mind you. It's just basically a Raspberry Pi in a box. Except for it's running on AMD's like Ryzen embedded chip. But regardless of the hardware it's running, it doesn't do anything that an emulator doesn't do.
I mean,
Go ahead.
the hipsters will buy it.
That's what I was getting at. It's the nostalgia freaks who want a retro-looking console in their centerpiece.
It's a $250 console!
It's so expensive.
It's $250!
In all honesty, the people buying this are the same people who spend $200 on a mint condition like retro console.
I suppose. It's $250 plus the joystick is another $50 and the controller is $60.
I forgot those are
You want all of it, it's $360. Ha. That's expensive. I don't like it.
I like the look of it.
It's not $250.
If you could get a kit that you throw a Raspberry Pi in that like looks like this, as just like a case.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool.
I don't
You
like
get some of those like 8-bit 2 controllers, and then like you got wireless, and then retro.
I'm willing to bet the majority of that cost is getting the rights to use the likeness of the original console. You mean Atari getting the rights to use their own rights?
Yeah, well,
This is done by Atari.
but this is like a shell Atari.
Yeah.
So
This is bad.
they're capitalizing on the nostalgia of the old Atari like company.
They should have stayed dead.
Oh yeah, 100%. This thing should not have existed.
This is bad. At least it's not vaporware. If it's shipping, it's not vaporware.
I know, but it feels like it, even though it's actually going out.
No worries, Bunktacular. Which is also how I feel about AMD's new upcoming chips. The XT chips got listed by a French retailer, and their pricing isn't terrible. But again, retailers listing crap doesn't mean anything.
Especially French ones. I've noticed, like...
Yeah, the Amazon France?
Yeah.
French people. Do we have any French people in chat?
Dang French.
Baguette.
Wow. Anyways, the pricing isn't that bad. €499 for the 3900 XT, $459 for the 3800 XT, and $319 for the 3600 XT.
We got some French in our midst.
Yes, we. What I have to say about French people is you guys riot a lot too.
Yeah,
noticed
French
that.
like to riot.
I've noticed that. Anyways, that's a different conversation. So the French pricing on these isn't bad. It looks like it's about 10 to 20 euros more than the other ones at launch, which is...
That's fine.
Yes, from Quebec. That doesn't make you French.
It's totally French. What are you talking
No,
about?
it's French-Canadian.
Yeah.
That's worse.
You're Canadian. Nice try.
French-Canadian. But, I mean... Diluted French, says Bunktacular. Wow.
I have a percentage of French genetics.
Congrats. At least in Quebec, they do speak French. Like, it's not just like... French Canadian's a real thing. I'm from France. Thank you.
Don't call us French Canadians.
Sexy Top Ramen, Twitch Prime. Woo! Thank you for the 2 months, Sexy Top Ramen. You're sexy in my book. Am I allowed to eat you? Is Top Ramen food?
Yes.
Okay, it's specific type of ramen.
Yes.
Not like there are some things where once you add a word, it changes it completely.
No, Top Ramen.
Okay.
It's a brand, I should say.
Oui. Okay.
I know this because weebiness. Shut up.
I'm not even. You know what I'm weeby for? Price drops.
Same.
And there seems to be a huge price drop on the AMD Threadripper 3990X. Normally costs $3,990. Right now, you can get it for the low price of $3,450, which is a $540 discount.
$500.
It's 14% off. That is a good price. And actually, if you buy it with this MSI motherboard, that is still cheaper than the chip costs last week.
I'm sure I've got like pocket change lying around.
What other job are you working?
OnlyFans.
Could you imagine?
No!
I'm just thinking, like, what if we ran an OnlyFans exclusively to get high-end hardware? When you purchase a sub to my OnlyFans, you are financing my tech addiction.
I like cringe laughed so hard initially that my contact shifted.
$5 is $5, man.
That's fair.
And I don't have to show everything.
It's $5.
It's only $5. What's wrong with you guys? We have so many regulars in here, but not everybody has subbed. I'm seeing a lot of people who aren't subbed. It's just $5.
Watching that,
And then I'll show you my belly button.
watching that video was so hard.
We saw your belly button for free today. Well, that's to incentivize you. It's called a lost leader. I show you the thing for free. $5. Thanks, you Max.
There we go.
Have you guys cooled a PC with baby oil?
What?
Are belly buttons against Twitch TOS? I don't think they are.
I don't
They
know.
should be fine. Ooh, blanket forts. Got it. I'll pay you $5 not to show your belly button.
Hey.
Then
I'll take it.
Then I'll turn off.
If you show your belly
Never
button on stream, the belly button fairy will come for you.
Oh. Well, hippity hoppity, I'm coming for the property of these keycaps, which are a giveaway
Freaking cool, actually.
between Power Color and AMD that will never go for sale but are being given away. I love this. Yes, we're not going to talk about the belly button fairy. We already watched that video on stream. And
I'm
no,
a belly button fairy. I'm here to take your belly button.
you could call your OnlyFans page UFD. You know what I mean?
I was trying to find an image for you.
These are beautiful, but they're not going to be for sale. So just look at them, appreciate them, and then realize you can never have them. Just like if you subscribe to our OnlyFans. It's only $5. It's beautiful, it's lovely, but you can never have me.
That's what I pictured.
I'm gonna Google this and show this to everybody. This is the image Reese just showed me.
Wait, I don't consent.
It's not a big deal. Give me a second. And by that, I mean, I hear you, but I think... never mind. Just go ahead.
When you said belly button fairy, coming for your belly button.
Dude, let me in. I'm a fairy. Don't you believe in fairies?
Yeah, basically.
Don't you believe in fairies?
Don't you?
Don't you believe in fairies?
Clap your hands if you believe.
I hate that image. There's so many good edits of this picture. I've seen like Mr. Mime ones and...
I don't think I've ever seen
Mr.
that meme
Mime
before.
is
Really?
scary.
Yeah.
It's a really, really old one that I haven't seen in
Because
years.
he's fairy time. Mr. Mime.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that fairy
like
type?
when they changed him from normal to fairy type, then it was that thing was all
When
over
did
the
they add
place.
fairy type?
It's been the last few generations.
Man, I don't play those games enough. UFD, Ultra Fine D. Wow. We do have the marketing down.
Yeah, fairy type Mr. Mime is now considered.
Gross. Is Clefairy a fairy type? That's inventive. You know what was inventive, but isn't any longer, I suppose? This guy. He going bye-bye. Intel discontinuing the dodecahedron packaging for the i9-9900K, basically saying we can only fit 5 in a box. It's too few. especially with the 10 series being out, they just need to cut costs, and obviously the overall shipping size is insane. So no more
I
dodecahedrons.
understand. So, I mean, rip little guy.
Yeah, I love my dodecahedron. Beautiful. But it's done. They can't fit as many. They want to.
No, Clefairy is a fairy type.
Shh. You dare oppose one of our commenters?
Yeah.
How don't you know that people in chat are never wrong? You are wrong.
I mean, it wasn't a fairy type, but now it is.
Mhm.
So technically, they're not wrong if they're speaking of like, I think like up to Gen 5. And I think it was like Gen 6 or something. They're just like, nope, fairy.
You know what's a fairy in my heart?
What?
Spaceships. And Elon Musk.
I looked there and I heard the segue and I'm just like,
Well, we already talked about this at the beginning of stream. Obviously, SpaceX completing the first commercial manned space flight. They reached the ISS. They docked with the ISS. They kachooshed into space.
I forgot about
Look at that. Look at that disc-shaped flat Earth.
That's just lens distortion.
It is. It actually... It's a wide angle. Look at the distortion right here. It is a lens distortion for number one, okay? Number one, to dismiss the very clear evidence that it's lens distortion gives credence to the fact that flat earthers might think they're right.
Just lens
distortion. Anyways, they went kerchoo into space. They made it. They're fine. I do want to talk about this. SpaceX makes history. Dragon 2 lets astronauts from America board ISS. When I read this morning, I was just like, obviously this headline makes sense, but my brain was like, wait, did the ISS have to give them permission? Like when they got there, they're like, hey,
let us in.
Hey, please. Hey, can we come on board? It's been a long flight. And they're just like, give me a zoom. Come on, cat. No. We see what's going on in America. You really think we want that up here? Go back. You're done.
Did you see?
That's what that article made me think.
They
Anyways.
brought the Rona with them.
You brought coronavirus!
You see, I think it was Andy Milanox's tweet.
No.
It was pretty funny. Something like the astronauts leaving, and it's like, I'll have to find it. I don't want to quote it wrong.
Bro, I sent you the... Oh, yeah, I did see... Yeah, never mind, I saw that. Yeah.
It's shaped like a donut. There we go.
Beautiful. But even though SpaceX had a glorious launch with the Crew Dragon, they had some failures with their Starship prototype, which, if we could just watch this video, this was during a, what's it called? Something fire. Static fire. It was a static fire event where they're testing the capsule, and kaboom. Boy, exploded. Oh, what? This is in 4 times speed. Excuse me. Whoopsies. Let's watch that in real time.
Wow.
Kerblooey.
So
that's the 4th one that exploded. They already have number 5 ready to go to keep testing stuff. Nobody obviously on board. They were testing it for this reason, to make sure things don't explode. And when they do, you learn a lot. So it's good information. Yes.
I love that this happened just before their other... I know it's like not even the same rocket type and everything.
This is their next gen.
Yeah.
They're working on next gen right now, which is, yeah.
And then like, dude's about to launch like a day later. It's like...
What about the, of course, I Still Love You drone ship? The landing of the Falcon 9 on it looked fake because of how the video cut out, and then bam, the first stage was on it. Yeah, that obviously looks super sketchy, except for within like a couple hours, they actually uploaded the full footage. And number 2, there's very good reasons why it cuts out. Yeah. Because they need to have a directional beam to a space satellite to get the internet. And as soon as the rocket starts shaking the ship, it loses signal. It makes sense. So it is shady. And I guarantee you that this is fuel for flat earth conspiracy theories. I've been in that circle. I know what videos they're going to put out about this, which is why I actually stopped going back to them, because it was just the same thing over and over. There's no new evidence. There's nothing Like, oh, SpaceX launch. They used a fisheye lens, and did you see how it cut out? That was my initial thought of like, that looked fake. Obviously, it's not, but it looked fake, right? But they're not going to come out with it anymore.
You can watch the other videos of it actually landing that weren't like.
But that's CGI after the fact, man. Or not CGI after the fact. It's not the ship that came. It's not the rocket that came in. It's a secondary rocket that can just land by itself.
Ah, sweet.
Yes.
Totally.
It did not go into space.
Space isn't real.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. It looked fake. It might be a delivery. We have a bunch of deliveries for today. Did you see that, Kat? Did you watch the SpaceX launch? And you saw how...
I wasn't like paying that close attention.
Wow. Okay, so you didn't watch it. You just...
I saw the feed went blank.
Yes. Very cool. Shortly. What is it, baby?
Three things.
Oh, we got triple packages. Oh, I know what one of those is. I know it. I think I know what two of those is. No. Bring them over here for Tech Talk later.
It's Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
They're over here.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. You know what I'm filled with? I don't know. And neither does OnePlus. They don't know what their next partnership's going to be. Now that the McLaren partnership is officially over, OnePlus and McLaren ending their phone partnership because the contract was up. That's it. Our partnership with OnePlus, which came to its scheduled conclusion recently, has been a highly successful collaboration between two iconic and innovative brands. Since the start of the partnership in 2018, OnePlus has been a supportive, valued partner. We wish them well and hope to see them in the future. OnePlus, McLaren, just separate now.
Good.
Yes. It's kind of like non-news. Also non-news, the Android 11 beta launch has been postponed, which I didn't realize they would have a launch event for a beta, but they were gonna. And then they postponed it, saying that now is not the time to celebrate, which was posted before everything started going down in the US this weekend. So this was just about coronavirus.
Yeah.
Which I guess I don't think anybody would have been upset if they had a party, to be quite honest.
I didn't think they would have like any kind of event.
Yeah, I mean, number one, it's weird that they would have it, but then number two, I think nobody cares. So I mean, it worked.
Use it
I'm talking about them because they canceled it, so they're getting more press because they were just like, no, the most prescient thing that we can do right now, the most courteous thing we can do, is to just cancel it.
It's a beta.
Who cares? Microsoft, Android, whoever you are.
Microsoft,
Google. Who cares, Google? Speaking of who cares, Google, Stadia adding 5 games to its Stadia Pro lineup for free. You get all of these for free. Panzer Dragoon, Little Nightmares, Power Rangers games, Super Hot, Get Packed.
I heard also that Elder Scrolls Online might be coming, but from like midway in the month.
I think there was something about Elder Scrolls Online here. On June 16th, Elder Scrolls Online will launch and become available for free on Stadia Pro. I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
The only game I like in this is Super Hot, but that's only when I play it in VR.
Yeah. Microsoft, Android, Google, OS X, Apple, Windows, everything's confusing. They're all the same.
Same thing.
It's all big tech trying to control our lives. Speaking of big tech trying to control our lives, my article's not loading. Multiple class action lawsuits over Western Digital's SMR hard drives have been filed in the US and Canada. In case you want $3, go ahead and maybe consider joining these class action lawsuits against Western Digital for lying, or not lying, but not disclosing the fact that their NAS drives were using technology that is not good for NAS hard drives. So you're going to teach Western Digital, don't use it, don't do this is bad, and you can earn like a couple bucks.
Multiple stab wounds.
$3, $3. Stab wounds are stab wounds. Got multiple of them.
Get wrecked, Western Digital.
Get wrecked, Android owners.
Oh?
You don't have an Android device, so I can't help you. Do not, under any conditions, ever install this photo as your wallpaper on Android. If you install this photo as your wallpaper on Android, it will brick your phone.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Because apparently this photo specifically is in the normal RGB color space. And Android 10 apparently can't convert it to sRGB, which it needs to be, and so it just puts it into a boot loop. Apparently any photo that's in RGB will brick an Android device.
But
as your wallpaper.
how many random memes must be in RGB?
As your wallpaper, though. Yeah. If you find it off the web, it's probably in sRGB.
Okay.
Exactly. You're not. So specifically, don't download this image, but there are plenty of other images that could potentially brick your device.
You know how many people are going to try this because they don't believe it, and then they're just going to like boot loop their phone?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
But I mean, like if I screenshot this and then used it.
Yeah, then it would.
Then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The file that's like the actual original file is what's going to do it.
Yeah, obviously you can recover out of it, but a lot of people don't know how to go into recovery mode. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of recoveries on this.
Does this happen to more than one person?
Yes. Basically, it came out and people were like, oh, that's a cool photo, save. Ah!
Where did
It won't load.
photo come from?
I don't know. I don't know the origin. All I know is that don't do it. It's such a strange bug. Yeah, it's apparently not an issue in the Android 11 beta. They have fixed the ability for Android to convert things to sRGB, but yeah. Android 10 cannot do it.
This is the weirdest like little bug that I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah. And that's like that is enough to cause people to actually like do RMAs.
Like my phone broke.
Yeah, like obviously I would go into recovery, but if other normal people just did this and they're like, "Oh, my phone's not working," they would take it like your phone's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Apple's new advertising campaign will be, "Hey, you can use a lesser color space on our phones." Haha, haters.
Crying into the dab.
We can do basic stuff. You're welcome, we dabbed.
Like, yes, it's an oversight, but like, how many people are actually getting RGB color space photos these days when like almost 99% of things are like sRGB
or Adobe RGB.
But like even that is like mostly only for printing.
Yeah. So that's hot news.
Hot news.
Hot news.
Chilling in the hot news. 6 feet apart.
Spam the hot news emote to signify that hot news is over.
There we go. Fire.
Go away.
Go away.
Go away.
That's probably one of my favorite videos, is just the kid.
Go
away.
Woo, jingle. Hot news. Sitting in a hot news. Doing hot news because they're hot news.
Oh, that's 6 feet apart because coronavirus.
We're not 6 feet apart.
Will we 6 feet
apart? Did I just slap your lip?
No, that was my ear.
Better.
If you stand that side, like, is it 6 feet apart?
So.
No.
Hold on. So starting from I'd have to be like on that box.
You got to stand on the sides of the frame, so just half your.
Yeah, basically the frame is 6 feet. So
like,
you go there and then
cut your face in half. There.
Now we're 6 feet apart. Social distancing.
We got this.
Perfect.
T-pose Brett.
I'll depose you.
Are you just standing there still?
I mean,
hey yo.
Let's see. Can I give you a corona?
Oh snap! My hand was out. I caught it.
No.
My logo got squished. So I want to RMA it. Well, good. You're a squishy RMA.
I want to social distance myself from 2020, please.
Weak sauce. Okay. It's time for Tech Talk. I actually don't know what's in that bottom box. I don't know if I should have dropped that.
Time for TikTok.
Tech Talk Mondays. Delete them.
What?
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.